When you say the 5-letter abbreviation for coronavirus disease, COVID, I have to admit that I experience a visceral reaction. But when you say COVID along with other words like spike or surge, I don't keep it inside. I don't have this reaction because I think it's an invented disease that the government cooked up with the help of the Chinese government to take away my rights and turn me into a sheep. I say because I never want to go back to a world of covered faces and closed schools. But since COVID killed my dad, as much as I'd like to be the 3 monkeys with their hands over their ears, eyes, and mouth, because I might say something much ruder than no, when someone mentions a COVID increase, I have to pay attention. And I know a lot of people who have gotten COVID recently. So, Garrett Archer, data analyst with ABC 15, are we having a COVID spike?
The Arizona Department of Health reported just under 2,500 new COVID-19 cases added between August 30th and September 6th.
Now, that doesn't sound like a COVID increase, fewer than 2,500 cases across the state. That's not bad. But remember, those are official cases. And as Garrett points out,
we are long past the time when cases are a useful indicator of COVID-19 spread. New variants are milder and at-home testing is widespread.
And you don't report it to the authorities. The authorities with my quotation mark fingers. So what we want to look at is things like hospitalizations and deaths in order to get a clear picture and figure out if this really is a new dangerous COVID situation. But first, one place we can look to get an idea if cases are rising is to examine wastewater. The stuff that goes down our drain. Things like Poop, as Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso calls this stuff. So what does the wastewater show?
38% of wastewater sites in the past 15 days detected double to 10 times the viral levels of shed.
And one area's poop showed some growth in COVID cases.
The sites with the highest levels are in Yuma, which indicates a growing COVID-19 cluster is likely present in that county.
But deaths are low, as Garrett Archer points out. Only
2 new deaths were recorded. That's less than 1/100th of 1% of the 33,731 total COVID-19 deaths.
And that which comes before deaths, hospitalizations are rising. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, there were 228 hospital beds occupied by COVID-19 patients late last week. Comparing the data for all of last year, and we are
nearing a point when COVID-19 hospitalizations may have a seasonal spike, which will likely peak in December.
However,
the good news is weekly COVID-19 deaths continue to trend down. In fact, they have been in the single digits since early July.
Which makes it sound the least spiky of all. So essentially, unless you live with someone who has a compromised immune system or you have one or other conditions that make you vulnerable to this mild form of COVID that's floating around, we can say that the idea that COVID is taking us over again,
it's just pooper.
Thank you.